know if it's a trauma response, but I genuinely don't remember season 5 being that bad. Like, I don't remember it being this ridiculous. And yet here I am. I know. You're so shocked to see me again so soon. But here I am. I finished early and decided, you know what? I'm going to be so nice. And I'm going to give everybody season 5 as fast as possible. So here I am, just for you. All my hard work and my blood and my sweat and my tears, it was all for you. In case you needed a refresher for season 4, even though you shouldn't, because you saw my video. Russell escaped from the concrete prison. Debbie and Alcide broke up. Debbie then broke into Sookie's house and tried to kill her. Tara stepped in front of her and took the bullet and died. Jason was held captive by werepanthers and sexually assaulted and managed to escape. Hoyt and Jessica broke up. Jessica and Jason started doing something because he had her blood. Steve Newland showed up at Jason's house and he's a vampire now. A man named Patrick showed up to kind of reconnect with Terry. They're army buddies. Tommy died. Sam started dating a woman named Luna, who has a daughter with her ex-husband, who was the leader of the werewolf pack that Debbie and Alcide were a part of. Sam and Alcide killed him. Eric had amnesia and had some sort of relationship with Sookie. And then when he was like, LOL, I love you, she was like, LOL, I love you and Bill. So that's interesting. Eric and Bill killed Nan Flanagan. Pam and Eric were fighting.
Daddy, now I know I was wrong. I messed up and now you're gone.
Oh, and Andy was trying to stop taking V and he started dating Holly, who was part of the whole Coven situation. I don't know why I just sped through season 5. Like, usually it takes me at least a week to get through all the episodes and take my notes and then kind of shape them up into reasonable, like, bullet points. But I was just speed running this hoe. I don't know why. I don't know what it was about this, but I was really just in it. We get a replay of Tara's death and of Debbie's death. I didn't put Debbie up here, obviously, because she is dead. But we get the additional information that Eric and Bill, having just killed Nan, felt her panic and unanimously decided that fuck that hoe. And they need to figure out their problems before they deal with her problems.
Listen, I've been caught away on business for a while. Nothing to worry about. And hopefully it won't take more than a week or two. Needless to say, whilst I'm gone, my palace is your palace. Within reason, of course. How about wrapping it up? I could use a hand here.
Lafayette, who is at Sookie's house, he was asleep upstairs, hears the gunshot and comes running downstairs to see Tara dead and Sookie holding her. Debbie is also dead. Bill hears the gunshot and goes, ooh, maybe I should go check that out after all. And when he runs out of his house, he's captured in a silver net.
Sookie. Fuck Sookie. What, did you not hear her tonight? She rejected both of us. Besides, this is the authority we're up against. If we're not gone by sunrise, it'll be our last.
Gotcha, bitch!
Pam shows up looking for Eric, because if you remember, they were having a little tussle. And finds them with Tara, and Sookie really isn't trying to deal with Pam right now, but Lafayette begs Pam to turn Tara. And I have a feeling about that, but we're going to get to it a little bit later on. I think it's this episode or next episode about how I feel about this entire fucking mess. Pam agrees to turn Tara if Sookie will help her mend her relationship with Eric. Why do you think Sookie has that power? There's really nothing. First of all, there's nothing that Pam could do that could make Eric hate her. I mean, reasonably, there's nothing she could do. But even, like, if he did hate her, there's nothing Sookie could do about it. What the fuck? Like, she doesn't have any information about their relationship to make a positive or negative change in it. So, but okay, I guess. Eric and Bill are trapped in a trunk of a car, and the car is being driven by I think he's a vampire, named Hayes.
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the...
Steve shows back up at Jason's house and glamours him into letting him inside, where he says that he's alone and he's gay. Shocker. And that he's in love with Jason, and that he doesn't even know who turned him, and this is all confusing. And Jason is like, cool, yeah, whatever, but I don't swing that way. So Jessica, I don't know if she was just coming to see Jason or if she felt like his panic or his surprise or whatever, shows up and she tells Steve to fuck off because Jason is mine. Sam is surrounded by werewolves who are looking for Marcus. They know he's dead at this point, but they don't know where his body is. And Sam runs away. Pam gives Tara her blood, and they are buried in the ground together. And Pam makes very clear how much fun she's having during this situation.
I'm wearing a Walmart sweatsuit for y'all. That's not a demonstration of team spirit. I don't know what is.
Sam goes to Luna to warn her about the werewolves looking for her and says that he's going to take the fall so that Luna and her daughter will be safe. Eric and Bill escape the car trunk through a little teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. And they escape. And they are greeted by a woman named Nora.
Raiden, show me who did it. She kind of bad, though.
Who kills the driver, Hayes. And then her and Eric start making out. And Bill's like, who are you? And she's like, oh, that's my brother.
Welcome back to Alabama Mondays on a Saturday.
And by that she means they were both made by Godric, but phrasing. Sookie and Lafayette clean up Debbie's body. And then he's like, will you help me clean up Jesus's body at my house? And she's like, sure. And when they go, his body's not there. Which is strange. Nora, we learn, works for the authority and that she's kind of Eric's inside man, and that she told them they're dead, that she killed them, and if they're going to continue to live, which they plan to do, they're going to have to go into hiding because they're in some deep shit. Andy accidentally meets Holly's kids when they come home early from their dad's house and catch them in bed. And they're not super thrilled about this new man. Patrick, Terry, Arlene, and the kids are having breakfast together. And when Arlene mentions the house fire that caused them to move into Terry's grandmother's house, Patrick looks really upset about it. Alcide shows up at Sookie's house and says that Russell has escaped and they're all in danger and she needs to come with him right now. And Lafayette isn't having that shit at all.
Get the fuck up out of here, Wolf. What the fuck is this problem?
He just broke up with his boyfriend. He ain't exactly himself.
I'm real sorry about you and your boyfriend, but I'm here because Sookie's in danger.
I heard. I've been listening. How the fuck you think you can protect her from an ancient, pissed off vampire when all werewolves do is piss off vampires even more? We done with all the supernatural bullshit. You heard me? No vampires, no witches, no ghosts, no maenads, and no motherfucking werewolves. Don't fucking growl at me.
Make whatever fucking noise I want.
Why don't you just get the fuck up out our lives?
Hoyt is really upset with Jason for sleeping with Jessica. Valid. And at Merlotte's, he kind of bullies him. That's not really the right word for it, but it's the best word I can think of, and calls him a girlfriend fucker, which doesn't sound like an insult to me, but pop off king. Sam is being tortured by the pack, and Martha, which is Marcus's mother and Emma's grandmother, says that all she wants is her son's body, and if he just leads them to him, that nothing will happen to Emma, nothing will happen to Luna, and they'll just kill him really quickly. And he's like, okay, let's go. And he takes them to the body. Eric and Nora are having sex, and Alcide calls him and is like, hey, remember that super old vampire that we all pissed off and then buried in concrete? Yeah, he got out.
Mr. Freeman, I have terrible news. They've let him go.
Who? LaMilton?
Yes,
But I thought he was in the system.
the fools let him go.
He's out of the system? Oh, no!
Nate, who is a member of the pack, drags somebody into a room and kills them. So, that's probably not good. Jessica throws a rager at Bill's house, and Jason shows up to party with a bunch of college-age kids, which is weird when you're over 30. Patrick tells Terry that the reason the fire freaked him out is because a bunch of people from their platoon have been involved with house fires, and that he originally came here because he thought Terry was doing it, which is a really fucked assumption, and that he thinks they're cursed for what they did in the Middle East. Jason and Jessica do karaoke. Nobody moved, nobody clapped, nobody engaged, but it happened. And he gets upset when some dude hits on her and she's interested because he thinks they're a thing now, but they're not really a thing. So, okay. Sam takes them to Marcus's body, and they're gonna kill Sam, and then Alcide is like, LOL, no, I'm the one who did it.
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus!
And instead of being angry at Alcide, they're like, oh, you're a new packmaster. And Alcide's like, no.
What the fuck? No!
And then they dig up Marcus's body and they eat it.
What the hell is that? Why the hell is that? What the hell's going on?
Eric and Bill are given their new identities by Nora and this other woman. I think her name was Kat. I think. But it doesn't really matter because the authority was like, LOL, bah! And captured them and killed everybody else. Pam pops out of the ground, and Sookie and Lafayette are really excited because that means Tara's about to wake up. But it takes her a minute. She's a late bloomer. When she doesn't dig herself up, Sookie goes to like dig for her, and then Tara pops up and attacks her because what else was going to happen?
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Episode 2 starts with Tara attacking Sookie. Sookie's freaking out. Lafayette's freaking out. Tara doesn't really know what's going on. And Pam is... Pam.
Do something.
I'm laughing.
But eventually she does pull her off of Sookie and take her inside and tells her not to fucking go anywhere because she's got to go to work. Eric, Bill, and Nora are taken to these cells and locked up. And they're locked in beside this guy. I can't remember his name, but he's a little bit crazy.
Lord have mercy me! No!
I guess I just forgot he existed, and then I was watching it and he jump scared me. The werewolves are mad that Alcide won't eat, but he tells them to fuck off and find somebody else because he's not doing it. Which, yeah, I mean, why would he want to eat him? Tara is inside Sookie's house, and she's feral. Like, that's the best way to put it. Like, she hasn't really figured out what's going on yet. She was just shot in the face a few hours ago, so she's disoriented and she's scared and she's angry, and so she's kind of running around and throwing things, and she doesn't attack anybody because Pam told her not to, but she's like fucking everything up. Pam goes back to Fantasia and talks to Ginger, and she's getting real mopey because Eric's not there, and she misses her dad, bro, and she starts having flashbacks. And since the show likes to break them up across the episode, and it really pisses me off, just show me the fucking flashback, please. I'm gonna show them to you here, completely.
Nicholas, Campari. Got a boost for a working girl? Mr. Danton is prowling. He asked for Claire. You seen her?
She's in number 3. Almost an hour now.
Claire?
Damn them. May I help you?
Beg pardon. You're quite lovely.
I'm off the clock. Come by tomorrow. We open at 8.
That's right, whore. I like it when you struggle. You're not afraid.
I'm no stranger to dead bodies.
The streets can be dangerous at this hour. A lady should really be more careful.
If I meet a lady, I'll let her know.
Now that is a lovely dress. I'm sorry about all the blood.
It's fine.
This should cover it.
Thank you, mister.
Terry is not doing super well since Patrick has been here, and he brought up what happened in Iraq. And he starts having like PTSD episodes, flashbacks, nightmares, violent outbursts, emotional outbursts. He's sleepwalking, not eating, avoiding people. And Arlene wakes up to find him like standing over her. Bill tries to take all the blame for everything that happened so that Eric and Nora can leave, but nobody believes his bitch ass, so they all kind of get punished. Sam is with Luna, and Martha shows up and she wants to see Emma, and she's like, I know my granddaughter's a werewolf, because if you remember, there's a 50-50 chance because her mom's a shifter and her dad's a werewolf. And Sam is like, fuck off, and he's trying to be really protective, and Luna doesn't like it and yells at him, and they end up having a fight, and he leaves, and he's like, fuck you, you psycho bitch. or whatever the fuck he said. But while she was a little bit emotional, you have to understand that her baby daddy and ex-husband just got killed, and her daughter was kidnapped, and like a lot of bad shit is happening. She's gonna be a little bit emotional. Sookie and Lafayette have to trick Tara and use Silver to get her into the cubbyhole that Eric made, so she doesn't die in the sun. She goes to get some supplies for everybody, and when she comes back, she can't find Lafayette, and she hears his thoughts, and he's about to stake Tara. And this is where my point comes in. I understand that Tara is all that this man has left. Like, his mother's insane. Jesus is dead. Letty Mae is herself. And he doesn't have anybody in the world. And he would want to do anything to keep her alive by any means necessary. But if he had just taken a fucking minute to just think about his actions and to grieve, like, yes, it's going to hurt, and yes, I would have been devastated had Tara died here, but he would have realized, if he just thought about it for 10 seconds, that turning her and to take away her agency, I mean, Sookie did it too, like, she's not innocent, fuck that hoe, but to take away her agency is just, it's selfish and it's horrible. And, like, you can't just kill her now because you figured all of that out. Like, Jason and Andy are on patrol and they see Debbie's car. And because she's a missing person at this point. And they find V in her car. And Andy gives it to Jason to pour out. And it's like a bro moment because they're talking about V and the addiction and relationships and stuff. So that's nice. I'm not gonna get super into it, but it is important. Throughout the season, Jason will encounter different people that he had sex with in the past, and he will come to a conclusion at some point in the season that is important, and we'll get to it when we get there. Just know that a bunch of women he's had sex with keep popping up, and the topic of his whore behavior will keep coming up. Bill is being tortured by a vampire named Dieter, and if you don't recognize him, he's from Supernatural. Everything is supernatural if you try hard enough. He starts going into some religious shit that is just whack-a-fucking-doodle crazy about a woman named Lilith and God, and not in this house of God. We ain't doing all that. But just know that he's talking about a woman named Lilith. She's, like, really important. And Bill doesn't believe in her. He's like, alright. In the other room, Eric is being tortured by Salome. I think that's how you pronounce her name. And she's like, yeah, Bill turned on you in the first 5 minutes. And he, he told us everything. And Eric's like, yeah, fucking right. Salome also says that Nora is dead, which isn't true, but Eric thinks it's true. Jessica's having another party because apparently she's got an active social life. And Steve shows up and tries to buy Jason. What? For $20,000. Which I feel like, not that I'm pro selling humans, because I'm not. I feel like that's a low price. And I would be offended if someone tried to buy me for just $20,000. Anyway, Jessica says fuck off and that she would never sell a friend because that's fucking evil. And she kicks him out. She kicks his ass. Patrick tells Terry that they need to find somebody from their platoon, private something or whatever. Fucking, I don't remember his name. I wasn't paying attention. And Terry says no at first, but when Arlene is getting really upset about his outbursts and is, like, genuinely scared of him, he agrees to go look for him with Patrick. And if you don't recognize Patrick, he's been in a lot of things, but to me, he'll always be from Scrubs. And every time I see his face and every time he starts talking, I think of this.
You said good. Nobody cares, Sean. Nobody cares.
Jason tries to apologize to Hoyt, and Hoyt tells him to fuck off. So the bros are not getting back together. The bromance is dead. Tara wakes up again for the night and says that she'll never forgive either of them for doing this to her, and leaves. And they chase her for a little bit, but they don't find her. She does attack a woman on the side of the road, but she is able to pull herself off of the woman and leave. We finally get to meet some of the other members of the Authority, including Roman.
Adam Sandler? What are you doing here?
Waiting for them to play Gangnam Style.
And of course, Christopher Maloney is my father. That is Elliot Stabler. And it's just weird to think that he was just out here doing this on the side. You know, but all right, girl, pay the bills. Dieter, who we already know. Salome, who we already know. And then there's like kid vampire Alexander, whatever his name is. I think it's Alexander. Roman's the guardian that Nora keeps mentioning, and he like gives his blood to everybody, and they start having a little meeting. Roman wants them both dead, but they manage to convince him that Russell is still alive and wants them all dead. So if they let them live, they'll actually kill Russell this time. But bitch, why didn't you just do that shit the first time? Which is a good question that Roman asks. So we then see Russell is in an unknown place with a bunch of dead bodies around him, and he's like slowly healing. He still looks like weird and gross, but he's getting better. Roman talks about a group of like protesters or like a rebellion that are calling themselves the Sanguinistas, and they reject like being in public with humans and doing all this, and Russell has just kind of become their martyr. So if anybody finds out that he's alive, shit's gonna go south. He also introduces us to the new Nan Flanagan, and it's fucking Steve. Sookie and Pam have a cat fight when Pam won't help her find Tara. Not that she even knows where she is, but you know. And I gotta say, I was thinking about this while I was watching this season. I kind of hate that they took the like female friendship away from these two characters. Like, they weren't besties, but they were cool, and you know, Pam was chilling. She definitely never would have put her hands on a bitch, because you would die. But I kind of hate that it's just this constant cat fight, and part of me gets it because she feels like that's her dad, and Sookie is taking her away from her dad. It's very like, you're not my mom type energy, but she's a grown woman, and Pam is very much capable of being like, this is not the same, and it's kind of crazy, and I just don't like it. Roman sends Steve on a vampire press tour to talk about how absolutely and unequivocally dead that Russell is, because he's totally dead, you guys. Like, he's not alive. It's not like a secret whatever. And Roman says that humans are vampires' ancestors, and they, you know, if we fuck up and we're threatening to eat babies on live television, they're gonna kill us all. And then he sends Bill and Eric to go be hooked up with like this chest thing, like strap machine that'll stake them at the press of a button, just so he knows he can control them.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
Tara runs to Sam, and he's like, oh my fucking god.
Help me. What happened to you?
And they sit in the bar, and she drinks True Bloods and kind of tells him what happens. And I love them. I love their best friend vibes. So, you know, that's my babies. They have a nice little moment. Holly's kids posted pictures of Andy and Holly in bed together on Facebook, which is a crime, by the way. Don't fucking do that. And Debbie's parents show up because Andy called them, and they found Debbie's car, so they're kind of debriefing them on that. Everybody at Merlot's finds out that Tara's a vampire and that Sookie is the one that kind of let her get turned, and they're really mad at her about it. So Terry tells Arlene that he has to go away for a while, and Arlene's like, I'm not gonna be waiting for you. Yes, you are, bitch. Calm down. I'd wait 100 million years for that, man. You can wait a couple of days. Jason, has sex with his high school teacher that he apparently was having sex with when he was in high school. Crime.
Where are the armed men who come in to take the protesters away? Where are they?
Debbie's parents confront Alcide about Debbie's disappearance.
Found her car where?
In Compton, off Hummingbird Lane. Does she have any friends there?
Friends? I wouldn't say that.
Well, what would you say? Our daughter's missing her, Bo. As far as we know, you're the last person who saw her.
Honey, calm down. This isn't helping. We know you two had a fight. She called us, said she was coming home to Jackson, only she never showed up.
It was more than a fight. I abjured her.
You what?
Sorry to be the one to tell you, but she's back on the blood. Caught her running around on me again. Abjuring her. It's the only way I knew how to end it for good.
You're lying. She's been sober for over a year. She wanted to marry you, have your cubs.
Screwing her new packmaster was a hell of a way of showing it.
That's my little girl you're talking about. If you hurt her, you son of a bitch.
Stop.
I didn't do anything to Debbie. She'd probably hold up with some drainer getting loaded.
They found her wallet, Alcide. All her money. Her phone. I know Debbie's no angel. Something's happened to her. I can feel it. Is there anything you can do to help us find her? With the sunshine in.
Lafayette's freaking out about the woman that they killed, even though he didn't kill Debbie. Sookie did. He helped hide the body, but Sookie's the one that did that shit, so I don't know why he's freaking out. And Andy questions her about it, and she goes, I don't know anything. I'm so innocent. Like, I've literally never even, like, committed a crime. Like, I don't even speed. And Andy's like, yeah, right, bitch. Jason has an epiphany after having sex with his high school teacher, and he's like, oh my god, I was a victim. And yes, you was, baby. Yes, you was. Bill and Salome talk about the Bible, and then they have sex. Because apparently she was in the Bible. Not in this house, baby. Not in this motherfucking house. Hoyt goes to Fantasia dressed as a goth reject and tries to get vampires to kill him. Salome then goes and has sex with Eric.
I need something to stand on so y'all can see what I'm saying. Like, you don't understand what I'm saying. Whole time y'all bitches ain't even paying attention. I'm trying to really put y'all the fuck on. That nigga prop that leg up, it's over. When the nigga prop the leg up on you, you gonna let him claim your kids, is what I'm saying to you. Because it's something about the equilibrium. He got that like that, right? He holding, boom.
And she says it's because she needed to have their trust later when she's questioned about it. But girl, you can just have a conversation. You ain't gotta fuck everybody. Nora's being tortured, and she admits that she's a sanguinista, and that Lilith, the vampire Bible lady that they keep talking about, will rise again, and they will do whatever. And whatever. Fuck no, is how I feel about that. Jessica tries to have sex with Jason again, and he's like, hey, listen, I'm not a piece of meat, and I want to have friendships based on mutual interest and not on sex, because it's actually been a big problem in my life, and I actually just was sexually assaulted pretty brutally, so no. And Jessica's like, actually, that's a good point. And then they kind of just sit there and talk to each other and watch TV. Yay! Lafayette keeps seeing Jesus' demon, and he pours bleach into some food at Merlot's before snapping out of it and being like, ooh, probably shouldn't do that. And then he pours out the food and doesn't kill anybody. Sookie comes clean to Alcide about what happened to Debbie, and he's like, bitch, I've literally defended and protected you since day one, and you couldn't tell me that you shot the woman I was in love with for multiple years? And Sookie was like, I didn't know what you would do. Who cares? that's not an excuse. Like, this dude's done nothing to you. Like, I get it. You shot Debbie in self-defense, and that sucks. But you have to tell him. And he's like, bitch, ugh. And he leaves. Which, you know, is a lot better than he could have done. Tara goes to the tanning salon and tries to kill herself in a tanning bed. And Pam is not very happy about it. Episode 4, Pam stops Tara from killing herself, and she's like, you stupid, dumb, low-down, dirty bitch. Don't ever do that shit again. Lafayette and Sookie have a little argument because he's mad that she told Alcide, but like, again, you didn't kill Debbie. Shut the fuck up. Damn. You killed Tara. You didn't kill Debbie, though. Bill and Eric are released so they can go kill Russell. And they're back in Louisiana somewhere. I don't remember where they dropped them off, but they're somewhere. Roman and Salome have a conversation about what to do with Nora. And he's like, we'll use her as a public example. Don't fuck with me, bitch. And Salome's like, okay. Sookie tries to turn herself into Jason and admits killing Debbie. And he's like, I didn't hear that, bitch. La 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 la. And tells her to fucking get out. Pam and Tara get back to Fantasia, and Eric and Bill are there, and Pam's so excited to see him, but he's not really acting interested, and Pam and Tara go off to have a talk, because she's a vampire now, and he's shocked about that, and then Tara is talking about Sookie, because he asked if she's safe. She's like, yeah, there's always someone willing to take a bullet for her. Bitch, it's not like she pushed you in front of the gun. You walked in front of it on your own. You cannot sit here and complain that you took the bullet when you wanted to take the bullet. You wouldn't have stepped in front of her if you didn't want to. She didn't shove you in front of her. Like, I get you're mad that she let you be turned into a vampire because that shit's fucked and I'm on your side about that. But don't sit here and act like Sookie asked you to do it. She didn't. Eric accuses Pam of telling anybody about Russell, and she's like, oh my god, I would never do that. And he's like, okay, I believe you. And then he's like, yeah, Pam didn't do that shit. Why stress her out like that when you can just command her to tell you the truth? Why are you stressing my girl out? Roman, Alex, and Dieter are talking about Bill and Eric and what they're doing. Alex is like, I think they're lying to us and they just want more time before they die. And Dieter's like, or maybe they're trying to get the Sanguinistas. And Roman's like, I don't really fucking know. They're being stupid. And they're just trying to decide if they can even trust these two idiots, which the answer is no. And then they look at Nora, and Nora's praying to Lilith. Andy and Jason got a judge's son out of a speeding ticket, and so he invites them out for a night on the town. They get into a limousine, and then people put bags over to their heads, and the judge is like, oh, don't worry about it. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, immediately no. Immediately no. Immediately no. Like instantly, I was like, yeah, no. That was my thought.
And when they take the bags off, they're in this nightclub, and Jason and the judge go somewhere. And then the woman that Andy had sex with in the woods that night is there. And she's like, oh my God. And he's like, I thought you were fake. Like, I thought you were a dream. And she's like, no. And then he goes off with her. Like, bitch, you are dating someone. Stop cheating on this bitch. She's literally a witch. She's going to curse your dick to fall off. You better watch out. Jason sees Hadley in the nightclub, and they're talking about Sookie. And he's like, where am I? And she's like, oh, the fairies. Like, you're with the fairies in this nightclub. And he's like, what? And then she's like, you need to bring Sookie here. And he's like, no, the last time she was here, all that shit happened. And she's safer with the vampires. And she was like, no, vampires killed your parents.
What? Let me take a look at this. Are you joking me? Hold on.
And then the fairies get really mad that Hadley said something, and they kick Andy and Jason out of the nightclub. Salome tells Nora that if she tells them who the leader of the Sanguinistas is, they'll let Bill and Eric live. Not that she gives a fuck about Bill, but she gives a fuck about Eric. And so she starts crying. Lafayette, being really mad and kind of like with the demon, curses Sookie's car to crash. And luckily Sookie gets out of the car before it crashes. She like jumps out of it, and she just kind of goes home and is like, that was weird, and gets drunk. And Lafayette's like, are you okay? Because now he feels bad about it. And she's like, yeah, I guess. Alcide shows up and says that he covered for Sookie and lied to Debbie's parents so they won't look for her anymore. She offers him a drink, and he says it tastes like shit, but then they start making out, so... little do they know, though, that fucking Freakazoid 1 and Freaky Bitch number 2 are outside the window looking at them, and they're totally gonna interrupt that shit. Because why would you let a bad bitch be happy when you could let her be unhappy instead? Like, they can't have her, and now they're just trying to cockblock our guy here. Okay, and that's just fucked. Ever since Nora was kind of revealed to be a traitor, Roman's really paranoid, and so he has all of his counselors room searched, and Alex, the kid vampire down here, is found out to be drinking from humans, which is a no-no, and so Roman kills him.
Miss Keisha. Miss Keisha. Miss Keisha. Oh my fucking god, she fucking dead.
Episode 5 starts out with the Cockblock twins cockblocking my boy. Sookie is a little tipsy, so it probably shouldn't have gone anywhere. Anyway, she throws up and everything, and the mood is ruined, but these two fucks are really enjoying it, so... Patrick and Terry are looking for their friend or whatever, and Terry has a flashback about all the demon stuff that's happening, and so he asks Jesus for a sign. Jesus, Jesus, I'm gonna switch between them. My brain just isn't working, because he's scared and he doesn't know what to do, and like his boyfriend's not here to help him. Jason has a dream about his parents, which is kind of sweet, but it gets a little bit weird, but you know, whatever. Bill asks Sookie to read the employee that found out that Russell was gone, the one that works for Alcide, and she's still kind of tipsy, but she's like, yeah, fuck it, I guess my life just revolves around everyone else, and so they go to do that. Tara is now working at Fantasia because Pam owns the bar now, because Eric released her and was like, listen, I'm going on a suicide mission and I need you to take care of things and you're going to be okay. You're my big, strong girl. I love you very much. Papa loves you, but you're going to be on your own. Pam's very sad about that, but, you know, a bad bitch got to keep winning. So she's going to keep doing what she got to do. Jessica's there. Hoyt is also there because he just is there all the time now. And they kind of bond about being a new vampire and all their impulses and stuff. Sookie reads the employee's mind and sees a woman she doesn't recognize pull Russell out of the ground and feed him bodies in this place that she doesn't really recognize. Roman is getting more fanatical about Lilith and the Vampire Bible and mainstreaming and like being like equals with humans, or humans being equals with them, or whatever, and it's making everybody uncomfortable. The guy that Terry and Patrick were looking for, his name is Eller.
What the fuck is this kid doing?
Is full-blown crazy mode, and he is like, maybe if I kill you two, it will forgive me, but he doesn't really specify who it is. It is an Iraqi, is that how you say it? Iraqi? Oh, a woman from Iraq, whatever, that cursed them because Terry killed her, and now she cursed them, and that's why all the fires are happening. 2 of Sam's shifter friends are murdered, and nobody knows why. Sookie follows the memories of the employee to an asylum, and they find all the bodies that Russell has been feeding on. And when they find Russell is not scared. He looks almost normal. Terry realizes that he's seen the spirit that Eller is talking about and tries to tell Patrick about it, but Patrick is like, shut the fuck up. Sam goes to talk to Luna about the murder of their friends, and while he's leaving, a group of people in Barack Obama masks Tara to feed on him, and she does, and Jessica doesn't like that, and they get into a fight. And Tara beats that ass. Best believe. Roman gives another speech. This man loves to give a speech, a moment, to his other chancellors, and he's like, we will not have any revolution, bitches. You're gonna do what I say when I say it. And we're gonna be with humans, and we're gonna be equal. Because I said so. Alcide is dragged away by werewolves, and Nate is there. He hasn't really done much. Russell attacks Sookie, but she fights him off, and Eric and Bill kill Nate and whoever the fuck. I can't remember what the other guy's name was. I can't really remember why I put you on this board. I'm sure there was a reason. The authority rushes in and takes Russell hostage. Eller is killed by the smoke spirit, and Terry and Patrick run away.
Eller was right, you fucking prick, and you just got him killed! That's enough, Private! Go fuck yourself, Sergeant!
Authority is really upset that a werewolf and a human are involved in the affairs, and so they tell Bill and Eric to glamour them, to forget it. Sookie can't be glamored, in case you don't remember. Just so you know, for what I'm about to say. And Eric glamours Alcide, and he's like, you're gonna protect Sookie with every fiber of your being, but she's sexually repulsive, ill, gross, don't touch her ever again.
Remember nothing of us showing up tonight, or anything that happened afterward, and you will always protect Sookie with your life. Yes. But you'll keep your hands off her. Romantically speaking, she kind of disgusts you.
Okay. And Bill says, Sookie, I want you to go live your life and be in the sun and do stuff. Which, that's some fucking Edward shit. Like, it'll be like we never existed type shit. So, like, maybe calm the fuck down. Luna and Sam go to the hospital and are taken care of, and Alcide drives Sookie home but doesn't understand, like, what's going on or where they even were or why she's crying. And bitch, why are you crying? It's Bill Compton. Jason swears to his mother and father that he's gonna find the vampire that killed them and make him pay for what he did. So, we love a little bit of a revenge plotline. Alcide wakes up in the morning and Sookie's like, hey, how you doing? And he's like, ew, gross, you have cooties. And she's like, huh? And she reverses the glamour that Eric did, and she's like, that fucking bitch. It's so funny, but it's so petty. And then he remembers that JD was there, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna beat his ass. And he's like cursing Bill and Eric, and he leaves. And Sookie's like, oh, well.
I'll just... wait here, then.
Terry's having a panic attack because he's like, we're totally gonna pay for what we did. Like, oh my god. And he's right. What they did was gross. So, you know, I'm not gonna I love him, but he did do some fuck shit. So, it is what it is. You gotta hold him accountable. Lafayette's mom also sees demon Jesus with the mouth or whatever, and she tells Lafayette about it, and she's like, I don't know why I saw him, but he needs to talk to you. And then she calls him some homophobic slurs, but like in a loving way, question mark? I don't really know how that was supposed to go. Sookie learns about the Fairy nightclub, and she's like, you got to take me there right now because I need to talk to them. And Jason's like, okay. Alcide goes to yell at JD, who is cheating on Martha because they're together. I forgot about that. And he's like, listen here, you low down, long-lipped bitch. I challenge you to a duel.
I challenge you to a duel.
I accept.
And so they're gonna duel it out now. Roman says they're gonna execute Nora and Russell. And Eric is like, ooh. And he tells them that that's his sister and he wants to say goodbye. And then Salome is acting all fucking weird. Because what do you mean? You don't want to execute Russell. Terry talks to Arlene and he's like, listen, I love you more than anything on earth, but I have to leave because I'm being hunted by an evil smoke monster, and if I stay here, you'll die. And she's like, what? No? You need to go back on your meds. And he's like, no, like, I need you to listen. And then she tells him to leave. And he says, thank you for taking a chance on me. That's my baby. Sookie goes to the club where she sees Hadley and Claude, who's down here, this little weird looking man. Sookie questions him about who killed her parents because Jason told her about the vampires killed her parents plotline. And he says that Claudine said that an unknown vampire killed their parents because they smelled something in their car that they wanted to have. And when the parents didn't have it and wouldn't give it up anyway, he killed them. And we come to learn that it was like a band-aid of Sookie's that was in the car that he smelled and attacked them for. She's like, no, that's not true, and then tries to attack him and gets blasted and kicked out. Eric goes to say goodbye to Nora, and Nora's praying and ignoring him, but when she hears that Russell is going to be executed, she gets really excited and she says her plan's coming all together. It's a miracle, praise her, blah, 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 and denies setting him free, which we know she didn't do. And Eric's like, this is weird. Like, all of this is just weird. Back upstairs, everybody's gathered because Russell's about to be executed, and Roman goes on his we have to be one with humans shit, and Russell goes, you know what, fuck you, bitch, and then he kills Roman.
Peace is for pussies.
And now that motherfucker is free. And fucking Nora's down there like, yes, queen, yes. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You do not even know how fucking annoying Russell is. And I was so excited for him not to be here anymore. And yet here he is. Now my boy can go back to his 5 kids and his fucking platonic partner, Benson, okay? He's got things to do. Episode 7, at the end of last episode, I forgot to mention, sorry, I have severe ADHD and I'm kind of fucking dumb, but Hoyt was outside Fantasia and he asked this vampire to kill him, and the vampire was like drinking from him, and the Obama mask people showed up and like killed the vampire, and now Hoyt is like BFFs with them. Joining an extremist group is never really the answer in my eyes, but pop off king. So anyway, he's brought to their hideout because he knew one of them in high school, and he tells them about what Jessica did to him, and it was literally just break up with him. I want you to remember that all she did to him, he doesn't know that she cheated on him or that she wanted to kill him. All he knows is that she broke up with him, and that's what he's basing his entire hateful ass ideology on. I really want you to sit with that for a minute. And they're like, yeah, we'll hate that bitch with you. All hell breaks loose, and Bill and Eric are trying to figure out what the fuck happened because they're not in on the plan. Nora is out of her cell and in Salome's room, and when she tries to talk to Eric, Eric's like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, I don't know what you did, but I don't care. Shut up. Salome admits that she's the one that dug up Russell because he's the only one that was strong enough to kill Roman. Bitch, you could have killed that man. You could have fucked that man and killed that man. Or you could have got somebody else to do it. Like, there's no reason for this. She says that now that he's gone, there's a special ceremony that's going to happen, and she invites Bill and Eric, and they're both like, okay, weird bitch, like, oh, whatever. Alcide and Ricky, whatever her fucking name is, are training for the duel. You like that? Yeah, you did. Yeah. And that they're going to have against JD, and they acknowledge the fact that he's on V, so he's probably going to win. Holly tells Arlene that the spirit is probably real and she should trust Terry to figure it out and don't think that she's been abandoned, which that's a really weird thing to say to someone you don't really know that well, but you know, you're right. So Lafayette goes back to Mexico to talk to Jesus's grandpa, and he finds Jesus's head, like in real life, there, and his grandpa's like, we're taking back what's ours. And why does that include cutting off your grandson's head? Sam and Andy are investigating the supernatural related murders because they're the only ones that kind of know that other supernatural people exist. And he's updating Luna about that. So it's the next night, and all the weird vampire bitches are gathered for their weird bitch vampire ceremony. And Russell says that, LOL guys, like, I'm actually really nice, and we're gonna drink Lilith's blood because they have like a cup of it, I guess. And we're all just going to be one under Lilith. And, like, we're going to worship Lilith. And then they all drink her blood. And Eric's like, yeah, it should be fine. It's vampire blood. It's not going to do anything to us.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Everybody's high off their tits. And they crash, like, this wedding party. And they do karaoke. And then they kill everybody there. Jesus' grandpa is killed by his pregnant 20-year-old girlfriend or whatever, because he's fucking crazy, and she frees Lafayette, and Lafayette leaves. JD tries to give V to all the werewolves, including a child, and Martha stops him and is like, you're fucking weird and you need to go.
You need to leave!
Sam sees one of the mask people at the hospital and attacks him. Terry tries to kill himself because he thinks it'll make the monster stop doing things, and Patrick stops him. Jason and Jessica have a fight, and he shoots her in the head. I mean, she's fine because she's a vampire, but that's weird. That's a weird response to have. Lilith appears to all of the high people, and is like encouraging them to be more violent, and Godric's ghost shows up and tells Eric to save himself and save Nora because they don't know what they're doing, and this is really, really bad. And when your vampire dad comes from his afterlife to tell you to stop doing something, maybe you should listen. Episode 8 starts off with Sam at the hospital with Luna, and he's trying to calm her down. And when he leaves the room, she's like very anxious, and she shapeshifts into Sam. All the vampires are coming back from killing all the wedding people, and Eric is freaking out, and he's like, what the fuck just happened? Bill believes that they were just close to God, and Eric is like, no, I think we were just high.
We witnessed a miracle tonight. We saw God, and she smiled.
Unbelievable. I mean, I have never... I'm
The
speechless.
most beautiful thing I have ever seen in 500 years.
I never truly believed until now.
First, may I say, God has the most beautiful tits I've ever seen. Now, I have never been called devout, but watching Lilith shoot out of a blood pool while I suck down a bride to the dulcet strains of You Light Up My Life. Well, praise Lilith, Praise Jesus, praise Moses' cock. I am born again. Amen, me too.
Luna, who is still in Sam's shape, I guess, or form, is kidnapped by the really hateful redneck group wearing the Obama masks. Sookie tries to use up all her magic because Claude and I can't remember what the other girl's name was, told her that since she's not a full fairy, she has like a limited amount, so if she runs all of it out, she'll be human, and she wants to do that. But Jason stops her and is like, hey, it might be helpful in the future, so how about that? Russell says that he's been born again and everybody's kind of having like a religious experience, and Eric is like, this is weird, and he tries to get Bill to come with him and leave them, and Bill says no. So Bill's fully on the crazy train at this point. Salome and Bill have a conversation, and we learn that Bill's daughter, the one that was living in Tennessee when he last saw his wife, actually met him later on in life and begged him to turn her into a vampire, and he refused because he thinks it's a curse, and Salome thinks that's kind of stupid because then he'd still have his family. But why would he want to do that though?
Here's some crazy shit, and here's some other crazy shit.
Fuck this bitch in particular. Yeah, he's dead. Where's our favorite character at?
Who's your favorite character?
Is it that one?
No.
No, he's not the chill bar owner?
Sam? Sam's over here.
Oh. See, they almost looked exactly the same.
He has a very interesting face.
Hoyt is brought to the redneck murder people, and they show him that they kidnapped Jessica, and they lock him in a room with her and won't let him out until he kills her. So now they have Jessica and Luna. Hoyt and Jessica have a conversation about why she stopped loving him, and she's like, listen dude, I tried, but I just don't love you, and what do you want me to do about that lie? And he agrees to go get help, but he's still not happy with her. He tells her to go fuck herself when she says thank you. Sookie, Jason, Claude, and another fairy that I don't remember the name of go to the spot where her parents died to see if she can kind of channel their spirits enough to see what happened. And she ends up seeing it from the vampire's point of view. And he killed them, and he's rummaging through their car, and he finds the Band-Aid we were talking about. And she ends up blaming herself for that because he smelled her blood and killed her parents. Lafayette gets back from almost being murdered by Jesus' grandpa, and Arlene, she's down here. Arlene and Holly ask him for help removing the curse on Terry, and he goes, okay. Sookie tells Claude and Jason that the vampire that they're looking for is a man named Warlow, and the fairies think it's weird that she was able to like see it from his point of view, because that means she would be in his head, and they're not supposed to be able to do that. Tara is working at Fantasia, and a high school bully of hers comes in and is being racist as fuck.
You're a vampire. That's crazy. Well, now you remember two minorities. It's fine. Never mind. You're too lazy to fix your own mistake.
Even when she knows that Tara's a vampire, apparently white bitches ain't scared of shit. And Pam kind of reprimands Tara for being rude to a customer.
Tara! Ma'am, I apologize. Tara's new and stupid. Your drink's on the house. Thank you.
But is also like, I'll fuck that bitch up.
This is yours. After the shit she was slinging, she owes you.
Thought you were mad.
You don't know me that well. My mad face and my happy face are the same.
JD and Alcide are about to fight, and then he's like, oh, we're gonna kill like a kid, like a track star, like a high schooler. And Alcide's like, fuck no, I'm gonna forfeit if you're gonna kill this person. And then JD's like, LOL, I'm gonna kill him anyway. And so now Alcide is chasing him to try to stop him from killing the high schooler. Andy and Sam find Jessica and Luna. They didn't know Jessica was there. Did they? Maybe they did. I don't remember. It's a lot. I think Sam did know that Jessica was there. Anyway, so they find Jessica and Luna and get them out of there. And he is able to get Luna to change back once he calms her down enough. Alcide catches JD. But when they fight, JD beats his ass, which is kind of embarrassing because that's an old ass man. Like, yes, he's on drugs, but like, why you built like a fucking dump truck if you can't take care of this man? Like, Lafayette is able to get the ghost of the woman to talk to them, and she says that the only way that she'll stop killing everybody else is if either Patrick or Terry dies, and Patrick runs away like a little bitch. Warlow, the vampire that killed Sookie's parents, appears to her in a vision, and he says that he knows she's out there and he's coming for her. So, authority people, which now include Eric and Bill for some reason, are talking about what to do with the new vampire order, and Salome, I think, says they should just kill mainstreamers, but Bill says it would be better if they just blow up the factories, and then people, they can have the excuse of like, oh look, we can't mainstream because the factories got blown up. And Eric is just fucking appalled. He's like, what the fuck is happening right now? Eric is trying to talk to Nora, and he's like, look, Papa Godric didn't raise us this way. And she's like, fuck Godric. And he's like, no? What are you talking about? And she's like, Lilith is the only master I have. And then she's like, she'll save your soul. And Eric is like, ooh, you're beyond saving. Episode 9 starts, and we learn that Bill's plan to blow up the factories worked, and that everybody's kind of locked down within the facility. Bill has kind of become the new Roman, and everybody's just following him for some reason. Personally, I don't understand why they're not following Russell, but they're really following Bill right now. Eric is trying to leave, but nobody can get out of the building, and one of the technicians, like the lady that did the stake things, says that none of her fingerprints are working and she can't go anywhere, and they start hatching in a plan to escape together because they're like, these bitches are crazy and we gotta go. Hoyt, who went for help in the last episode because Jessica was trapped, is kind of picked up on the side of the road. They put a gun in his face, and then we see his unconscious body being drugged through a pig pen. So that's probably not good. Jessica's worried about that, and she talks to Jason about it. And they both say that he wasn't involved with the terrorist redneck killer groups, even though that was a lie. And they're like, yeah, he's a victim just like us. And so Andy kind of leaves. Sookie asks Lafayette to help her figure out why she's connected to that vampire, and he channels the ghost of Adele, and Adele says that Sookie is sleeping on top of the answers, and so she goes under her bed. She takes it very literally. She goes under her bed, and there's like a box of stuff under there, and she starts digging through it. Sam comforts Luna and tries to get her to go to the hospital because he's worried, because when Tommy was skinwalking, he ended up dying, and Luna says she'll be fine and refuses to get help. Terry leaves to go fight Patrick to the death. He's like, if one of us has to die, you know, we gotta fight to the death, honorably. And, you know, or you could just shoot his ass, Terry. Patrick's kind of an asshole. Pam is worried about Eric and about the True Blood attacks because she knows that the bar will become a bloodbath when they run out of True Blood. And Tara tries to comfort her about Eric, and she tells her to fuck off. And Pam's like, okay, fuck me for trying to help you. In the box of stuff that Sookie found in the, you know, pertaining to her parents, she learns that Sheriff Dearborn, who has since retired, if you remember, after the nervous breakdown, is the one that found the bodies, and so she goes to talk to him. And he says that looking back, there was evidence of a vampire attack, because now they know that vampires exist, but back then, they thought it was alligators. And he's hiding something, but she can't really dig deep enough into his head to find what it is. And then somebody hits her over the head with a fucking frying pan, like this is Rapunzel, and they drag her body out. Andy, Jason, and Sam are looking for Hoyt, and Sam says that they smelled pigs, so they must have taken him somewhere with pigs. Patrick holds Arlene hostage, which is the worst mistake he could have made in his life, at Merlotte's, and forces her to tell everybody that it's closed for the day and it's just them in there. Sookie wakes up in the pig pen next to an unconscious Hoyt, so he's alive. He's just, not in a good situation. And it turns out that Bud was involved with the racist people, and he's the dragon that they keep talking about. Dragons are associated with a certain racist group, and you probably shouldn't use that title, if you're asking me. Terry shows up, and he is pissed that Patrick touched his fucking wife, because don't touch his fucking wife. And Arlene ends up stabbing him to save Terry, and then Terry shoots him, and the smoke spirit lady takes Patrick's body and says that blood has been paid with blood. Jason, Sam, and Andy show up at Bud's house and end up having to kill him and his girlfriend, wife, whatever the fuck she is, to save Sookie and Hoyt, because they are never going to stop and they don't care. Alcide reminisces about learning about the importance of the pack when he was a kid, and he's kind of conflicted on what he should do, and he goes back to Jackson. Hoyt is in the hospital, and he's not looking great, but he's fine. Russell shows up to talk to JD and recruit his pack and give them his blood, and then he forcibly takes Emma away from Martha and gives her to Steve, who is now his boyfriend. Gross. So now we have a kidnapping. Luna's going to be real thrilled about that. Big yikes, dog. Shouldn't have fucked with my favorite character. Eric is trying to talk Bill out of all of this, and he says, dude, you're a mainstreamer at heart. Like, you're a big soft pussy bitch in real life, so we gotta get out of here. And Bill says they would need Salome's blood to do that, and so he goes to have sex with her again, while Eric goes back to Nora and starts talking about her faith, trying to get her to, give him more information. Alcide goes to see his dad and says that he's distressed because he's now a lone wolf, and I'm really tired of the wolf puns and the wolf jokes in this fucking show. And when Alcide's dad is like, oh, you're just like me, Alcide's like, fuck you, bitch. But if that's how you feel, why are you here? Bill and Eric are getting on the thing to leave, and it turns out that this two-timing, fuck-ass, long-lipped, lizard-back bitch was a traitor the whole time, and he recaptures Eric and says that he's been chosen by Lilith and he can't leave. He's a villain. Why were you ever trusting him in the first place, you stupid fucking bitch? Sookie is healing with the other fairies in the fairy nightclub place, and they tell her that the vampires are the ones that did the factory explosions. And Pam and Tara watch in horror as a new sheriff is appointed to Area 5, and he orders all the vampires in the bar to start drinking from humans. Sookie's in her house going through the box again to get more information when she gets a knock on her door, and it's the coroner from season 1. His name is Mike.
Mike? What are you doing outside? Come in. You know it ain't safe. What's going on?
I'm here about the body.
What body?
Yours.
He reveals that he's a vampire and attacks her, and she ends up killing him with chopsticks. Because he's a creepy bitch. Creepy motherfuckers gotta die. And there ain't no way around it. Hoyt gets out of the hospital and he's talking to his mom, and he says that God's given him another chance and that he got a job offer for a drilling crew in Alaska, and he thinks he's going to take it and not be here anymore because he's kind of tired of all this. And that really just might be the best thing for him, to get away from these people, get away from your feelings, and go discover who you are. Because even though you're over the age of 30 and your frontal lobe has developed, you know, a couple years ago, you still don't have an identity of your own, and you still don't have a life of your own. And maybe that's what you need to go get, buddy. Like, go touch grass and get away from all of this bullshit. Pam is already sick and tired of the new Area 5 sheriff. His name is Elijah because he's stupid. He asks her to do stupid things. He threatened Tara. He wants her to make more baby vampires, which she didn't even want Tara, so why do you think that she would do that? And he keeps thinking he's Eric, and he's not. And she's really 10 seconds away from putting her foot up his ass and breaking the shit off. Eric and Nora are given more of Lilith's blood, Eric against his will, and Nora obviously willingly. And they see a vision of Godric, who they should have just kept alive at this point, because now that I'm thinking about it, in every season since he died, he's appeared multiple times. So why fucking kill him? Like, just have him be a character. Like, you're paying the actor anyway, like, just have him be alive. Anyway, in this vision of Godric says that they need to pull their heads out of their asses because he raised them better than this, and don't be fucking disappointing me. I'm your fucking father and I love you. And that this is monstrous. And Eric is like, yeah, Dad, like, I get it, buddy. And Nora's like, no, like, no. And then Lilith appears behind him and rips his fucking throat out. And Nora's like, oh my God. And Eric is just like, fuck. Because Godric had told him, like, I'm not the one who has to fight Lilith because I'm dead, so I don't gotta do this. You have to fight her. You need to do this. You need to save yourself. Pam suggests to Tara that they run away and live in the wind like her and Eric did when she was young, and that she's not going to make any more vampires, and neither is Tara, unless they want to, because they are in control of their reproduction. And that's a feminist message from a feminist icon. Don't forget. Hoyt talks to Jason and Jessica, and he says, listen, I'm going to Alaska. And I need you to glamour me so that I don't remember either of you, because this hurts. And I don't want to do this anymore. And they do. And Hoyt leaves. And he will not remember either one of them. Tensions between vampires and humans are getting really, really, really bad. Vampires are attacking people willy-nilly in public, and humans are fighting back and killing any vampire they see, regardless of if they attacked them or not. They're still looking for stuff about their parents' murder, so Jason and Sookie go back to the house, and under the bed where Sookie found the box, Jason finds like a door, like a concealed, like somebody removed piece of the floor, and you can like lift it, and they find a box with a scroll and a bunch of symbols on it. Luna and Sam find out about Emma's kidnapping, and Steve is supposed to be at like a press conference thing for vampires, trying to rehabilitate their image, even though him and Russell are killing hundreds of people all the time. And Sam says that he'll pose as a reporter, like a gossip reporter, and he'll go in there and he'll be like, oh my God, you have such a cute dog. And they'll get the baby back because the cops aren't doing anything because they don't care. When Sam and Luna get to the press conference thing, they can't find Emma because she's not there. She's with Russell. And so they pose as Bugs. I think it was Bugs. And they get in Steve's luggage so that he'll take them to wherever he's going and they can find Emma. Eric and Russell form a truce, and Eric's like, I'm totally a believer now because I saw her and like we talked or whatever, and like let's cooperate from now on.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop your fucking lying.
Tara is getting real tired of Elijah's shit because he's pissing her the fuck off. And her and Ginger form a little plan and they lure him into the office. And she's like, I tried to turn Ginger, but like it's not working. Oh my god, could you show me how to do it? Because men are stupid. And they kill him. And then Pam comes in and she's like, what did you do? And she's like, nobody fucks with us in our house, bitch. And Pam is like, you know what? I really cooked when I made you, bitch. Yes, I did. Steve gets back to New Orleans where the authority headquarters is. And he yells at Emma, the child, for turning back into a human. Because he doesn't like that. And now Sam and Luna are in the compound. Bill gets some people to go get Jessica, so now she's there, and she's not a fan of the religious shit, because if you remember, she grew up in a fundamentalist Christian abusive household, so she's not having this. Sookie and Jason take the scroll to the fairies, Claude and a woman named Morella, I'm pretty sure her name is, and they say that it's a contract that one of her family members signed, basically selling the first female fairy-born child to this vampire, and it was signed in 1702. And guess who the first female fairy-born child in the Stackhouse family is? Sookie. You're right. The vision of Lilith tells Bill that she's his chosen leader and to drink all of her blood, and he doesn't do it because he doesn't know what's going on. Nora and Salome talk about Godric, and then they do a little smoochy because everybody in here LGBT. Jessica is freaking out because Steve and Russell are planning to go kidnap Jason. And based on the things that Steve said to Jason when he came to his house, that's probably not good. Like, they're probably going to do not really good things to him. And I'm not happy about it. She says that she'll turn Jason to protect him from Steve. And Bill's like, you think I'm fucking dumb? Why, yes. I do think you're dumb, Bill. And he sends guards with her to make sure that she turns Jason. Nora says that after the vision of Godric being killed by Lilith, that she doesn't want to do this anymore, and Eric vows to get them both out of this. One of the generals of the U.S. Army comes in and is like, hey, we have video of Russell and Steve killing 22 college kids.
We have video of Russell Edgington and Steve Newland eviscerating 22 fraternity brothers at the local Gamma Kappa Tau house last night. There are copies of this. If anything happens to me now or in the future, this is going to be released to the public. You assured the world, you assured the president that Russell Edgington was dead, and you lied. So if that video goes viral, human population is going to rise up against vampires faster than you can say Molotov cocktail.
And Eric kills him. And everybody's really mad at him for that. But Nora's like, yeah, this was such a good idea. So they're doing some devious shit. They're planning and plotting over here. Jessica finds Jason and is like, I need you to trust me. And he's like, okay. And she bites his ass.
3, 1, 2. Was that the bite of 87?
Jessica shows up at Fantasia and she's like, I need help. And Pam's like, go fuck yourself. You fought with my fucking progeny. Like, I'm a good mother. You're not touching, And she's like, I know where Eric is. And she does, because she saw him. And Pam's like, fucking fine. I'll help you. And then she tells Tara not to say shit to anybody about nothing. Like, keep your mouth shut. Eric and Nora are driven out of the clubhouse building, whatever, to go glamour the army people, because he just killed the dude. And Eric goes, LL psych, and kills the guards, and he and Nora fuck off. Sookie tells them that Russell is after her because Jason gave her a warning, and all the fairies are upset that he's even still alive because they should have killed him the fucking first time. Holly and Andy are having a little cute romantic moment, and then Morella, I think, is the one that he slept with in the field, shows up heavily fucking pregnant. And the moment's kind of ruined after that. Alcide and his dad talk about maybe we should be part of a pack because all these vampires are fucking crazy, and they're going back and forth about that. It doesn't really go anywhere, but you know, it happened. Tara and Jessica make up, and they're friends again, and Tara admits she got a small crush on Pam. Bitch, me too. I'd let her beat me to death with a shoe, and I'd spend my last breath saying thank you. Like, I love her. I love her. That's my girl, especially in the books. Like, that's my bitch. It's the only person I care about. Except for Terry. I love Terry, too. Russell glamours Jason into telling him where the fairies are, and they start going that way. Sam and Luna are found in their human forms and are put in a cell beside Emma. Pam admits to killing Elijah to take the fall for Tara, and is passing Sam as he's being escorted to go feed one of the vampires. And he's like, you gotta save Luna. And Pam's like, who the fuck is Luna? Because can you just imagine you see someone you vaguely know that you've seen like twice in your life maybe, and he's like, you gotta save this random person, and you're just like, girl, what am I supposed to do with that information? I've got bigger fish to fry. Lilith keeps appearing to different members of the authority and telling them that they're the chosen one, because did you think a vampire goddess was gonna be nice? No, bitch, she's evil. EVIL. Jessica tries to talk some sense into her dad, and he just slaps the shit out of her. Real fatherly move there, Bill. Russell drains a fairy and goes to attack all the fairies at the nightclub because he's been led there, which was a part of the fairies' plan, but now he's getting kind of like a little too powerful. Like maybe they were fucking wrong. Russell is kind of beating their ass, not gonna lie. He got hands, but then Eric shows up and is fighting him, and Sookie finally stabs that bitch, which should have happened a fucking 2 seasons ago. He should have been dead 2 seasons ago now, because this is the end of season 5, and he was supposed to die at the end of season 3. So what the fuck why did it take so long? This is why we can't let men be in charge of things, because they fuck it up so completely. Nora tries to take a nibble out of Sookie, and Eric's like, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. No. Incorrect. All the vampires are just being real shifty and weird, and they're just doing power plays against each other. I forgot Russell. I wanted that motherfucker to die so bad, I forgot he was dead. Now you can go be with your husband. All the vampire leaders are being real shifty with each other. They're like, well, Lilith told me this, and Lilith told me that, and Lilith told me this. And so nobody's really sure what the fuck is going on. Bill finds out that Sam's in the compound, and he's really mad about it because Sam's a shifter, but he doesn't know about Luna. So maybe Luna can bite his ass. Morella goes into labor in the middle of the Merlots with Andy's babies. Babies, she says. Babies. Alcide is with his dad still because they were fighting vampires. And Ricky, the girl that he slept with earlier while he was preparing to fight JD, comes in and says that JD made them all drink a bunch of blood and that things are getting really bad. And Alcide's like, okay, I gotta kill this motherfucker. And his dad is immediately like, well, let's drink V then. Let's just do that. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? For real? Eric, Jason, Sookie, and Nora are forming a plan to go fucking murk some bitches in the authority headquarters because it's time to end this shit. Like, this has gone on for too long and it's stupid. So Sam and Luna find Steve's room, and Sam convinces Luna to skinwalk as Steve so that they can carry the baby out because, you know, nobody's going to stop Steve. And they're cornered by another vampire, and she's like, oh, Steve, you gotta go do this press conference. And Luna's like, fuck! So she goes on to camera and shifts back into herself on live television, revealing the existence of shifters to the entire world. So, one of the vampires attacks her, and Sam, listen to this. How do you even think about doing this? Like, this is the level of shit I need. Like, we need more writers to put in more thought, because Sam shifts into a fucking housefly, flies into this bitch's mouth, and then shifts back into his human form and just obliterates this hoe. I never in my life would have thought of that strat at all. The fairy gives birth to four baby girls, and then bounces. And she's like, take care of them, and make sure that 2 of them survive. At least 2 of them. I don't really care, but at least 2 of them. Bye! So Andy's now the father of quadruplets, and Holly leaves. Eric, Jason, Sookie, and Nora arrive at the authority, and they start fucking shit up. Now, not really Sookie, but Jason, Nora, and Eric, they're killing everybody. And they undo the security system and let all the prisoners out. And Pam and Tara are reunited, and they do a little smoochy smooch. We love a little bit of lesbians. How does it feel to live my dream, Tara? It's just not right. It's just not right. JD and the pack are draining vampires left and right. Alcide shows up and beats the fucking brakes off of this old man and kills him and is like, listen here, bitch.
Look at me. Sure. Look at me. Sure. I'm the captain now.
And he lays down the fucking law. This is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna do it. And you're gonna fucking like it, or you can hit the fucking road. Because I ain't playing with you anymore, bitch. So my boy finally took some responsibility in his life. So everybody clap for him. Jessica professes her love for Jason for like the second time. And he says, no, bitch, you're a dirty, crusty ass, loose lip vampire. Leave me the fuck alone. Because now he's all anti-vampire again, which I thought the whole point of season 2 was you figuring out that everybody is people. Some people are good, some people are bad. But I guess we just forgot about that. Anyway.
Okay. Are you kidding? That's unfair. She made those. I need to calm down. Everything's fine.
Amanda.
I'm an adult.
Sookie and Eric go to find Bill, and Bill is about to kill Salome when Sookie and Eric show up, and she's like, listen, Bill, like, this isn't you. Stop doing this. Be yourself again. We can fix this. Bill says, haha, psych, bitch. I didn't love you anyway, so eat a dick and die. And drinks all of Lilith's blood, explodes into a pile of goo, and then reforms with bigger fangs, which is literally just like, who do you think you're impressing? Your dick is still small. And Eric's like, ooh, run, bitch. And they start running. And Bill is being all weird. Bill did kill Salome. I just forgot about that. So let me go ahead and mark that for us. Sorry, bestie. You were, you gave me, like, weird lesbian, not in a good way vibes, but, like, evil, weird lesbian vibes, So I also just realized that I forgot to talk about Dieter's death, which happened in the episode In the Beginning, which is episode 6 or 7, I can't remember. He's killed shortly after by Russell, who tells him he's a fucking religious zealot or something. I don't really remember what he said. But Dieter did die. I'm dumb and I forgot about it. So, big oops. So that's season 5. Bill is now Vampire Jesus. Vampire Antichrist? I don't really know who he is right now. If you asked him, he'd probably say Vampire Jesus. But, you know, subjective, I guess. Jason's back on his speciesism. Alcide is now a pack leader. Eric and his sister are good again. Pam and Tara are now a thing. That's exciting. We love a little bit of woman on woman action in this house. And I mean, this season was bad. It definitely had its moments that don't make sense and they're kind of ridiculous. But it's like only going up from here. And we only have 2 seasons left. You and me together. What are we going to do, y'all? What am I going to talk about next? I don't know. I got a couple shows I want to talk about, so maybe we can figure that out. But we have 2 more seasons left. And I don't want to watch them because I know characters die. Characters that I love more than anything on earth die. And I'm going to cry about it. I'm going to cry on camera for the entire world to see. And that's not really going to be good for me. I guess we are on to season 6 where we will find out what happens to Bill and Jessica. And is Hoyt ever coming back? Probably not. Hoyt. Andy's a father. He doesn't have a girlfriend anymore. Sam's like a fucking stepdad. Luna just like told the whole world that shifters exist. What are we gonna do? Oh god, I'm not looking forward to it. But as always, thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. This is a fun hobby that I do on the side. So thanks for being here, because obviously you don't have to. You can spend your time in better ways. Love you. Have a great time. Be safe. And stay weird, you fucking freaky ass bitches. I still didn't put his fucking sticky on. Why won't it stick? No, God, please. There. I did it.
Bye-bye. See you later.